Hey friends, Hattie from Honeybee Stampers here. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and in today's video, I'm going to do a Sale-A-Bration Catalog walkthrough. So our Sale-A-Bration Catalog and our spring, well, I call it a spring mini catalog, but the official name is the January through June 2022 mini catalog. I'm going to try to share this video into my VIP page, so let me just take a quick second to do that. Okay. So what we have here are the two catalogs. They don't come bound like this. I just like to do that because I thumb through them and I go through them so many times through the life of the catalog that I just like to have the front and back page laminated and coil bound. So maybe that's something you guys like to do. I don't know. It's something that I just love to do with all the catalogs. And there's a great place here in Sumter that my friends Peg and Betty told me about called Sumter Printing Company. Or no, Copy Shop. That's what it's called, Sumter Copy Shop. And so I went and got that done there, and it just works out perfectly. So even though both of these catalogs are live right now, I'm actually just going to go through the Sale-A-Bration catalog today, and then I'll come back and do a walkthrough of the mini catalog, maybe later this week. We'll see how my schedule goes. So the Sale-A-Bration catalog is unique because it only comes out right now twice a year, January and February, and then there's a whole new catalog that's a Sale-A-Bration catalog that comes out in August and I think August and September. Everything in this catalog is free with a minimum order. So we're going to go through this catalog and I'm going to point out what the freebies are and show you what I have of them and just talk about them really quickly. So on this first page, on page 3, we've got something called Island Vibes, and this is what the stamp set looks like. I feel like the catalog is so fun to look at, but when you see it in person or you play with it, it just brings it to life, brings it right off the page. So this is the stamp set. You can see that the images look a whole lot bigger than they do on the book here. And this is a distinctive stamp set, which means that it's a very unique stamp set that if you stamp it once, it's going to have all kinds of variations of shading, and it has like a photorealistic look to it. So this is a great stamp set. The stamps themselves don't 100% coordinate together, but they look really great on different projects. And you'll see the samples that they have here. This sample really stood out to me because they've used the leaves here and they've stamped, but then they've also die cut out these little hexagons or these pentagons. I actually don't know which one they're using here, and they apply that to the card and it gives it a little bit of texture. So I really like the way that looks, and I love when we stamp and then stamp a sentiment over it. I just love that look. So this is one of the free items that you can choose if you spend $50. I have little Post-it notes at the top. This is just kind of my way to keep track of items that I've already purchased. When I run classes and events, I can tend to accumulate several Sale-A-Bration items, which I typically will give away later or use in my business. So I like to keep track of how many I have at any given point. Okay, so on the next page, on page 4, this is the Daffodil Afternoon 12 by 12 designer series paper. I love designer series paper. You probably know I say this all the time, but this paper is beautiful. There's 12 different sheets. You get 2 each of 6 double-sided designs. And I actually like to cut my 12 by 12 down when I'm demonstrating or showing it down to 12 by 6. And so this paper, actually, when you get it, will be a full 12 by 12, okay? So I just want to be able to handle it a little bit easier and show you what the patterns are. So we've got this pattern here, lots of flowers, lots of color, and this is the other side of that paper. We have this unique pattern here. Okay, so it's nice if you can slice it down the middle and make cards out of it. You can use it as a scrapbook page all by itself. It's really pretty. Here's the other side. I love these unique colors here. And then these look like little hearts to me. That's the other side of that. These beautiful daffodils. And here's the other side. I love that the concept artists at Stampin' Up! Think very carefully as to how they pair the two sides. They don't always do this, but for the most part, when you get our DSP, you'll see that the two sides actually work so well together. So if I wanted to fold this down or fold it this way, I could actually use both of those sides and they coordinate so well. And a lot of times the concept artists are actually drawing these, are hand-drawn or hand-painted images that they then take and turn into this our DSP paper. And our paper just stands out. It's gorgeous. So we've got just this regular black and white. Okay, and then here's that one. Okay, so the other great thing about this particular DSP is that it coordinates with the Daffodil Daydream bundle, which is in the new mini catalog. And I'll show you guys that a little bit later, but if you can see these little sneak peeks here, they've got some 3D or layering dies that you can create little daffodils with, and just it pops right off the page and it's beautiful. So this card right here is so cute to me. Even though all of these different designs are different, somehow that works really well together. And this is that designer series paper that I mentioned earlier that's super easy. You just cut down the middle and you can layer it and make a card. And you can kind of see a little bit of the coordinating stamp set up there. Can't wait to play with that. Okay, on this page, we've got something called Catching Butterflies. It's a stamp set, line art. Oh, before I forget, this is free. The pack of paper is free with a $50 order. And then Catching Butterflies is a stamp set that's free with a $50 order. Here's the stamp set here. And this line art is fun because we have so many different coloring tools. You can use Stampin' Blends, you can use watercolor pencils, you can use our markers, so many different things to color her in. And I actually did a little project. So with my team, we do mystery stamping. And so one of the mystery stamping challenges that we did during our holiday party, I created this card, which is a fun fold featuring this cute little stamp set. I used Stampin' Blends to color her in and to color the butterflies and pop them up. So super easy. These little rhinestones are the new iridescent rhinestones that are part of a Valentine's suite of products that I'll show you guys later on this week. But this is such a cute stamp set, definitely adorable. And I can see myself stamping her and then not including the net and just doing something completely different. So that's an adorable one for $50. Well, if you spend $50, you get it for free. So the free part is the best part. All right, let's go on, and you can see all these cute samples here. The next one is Driving By on page 7. This one is also line art, and it's unique and different. And I've already seen some super cute projects done with this. I'll have some fun playing with that, maybe fussy cutting out a few of these items. I can actually see myself stamping some of these on some DSP and cutting them out. I always like the way that looks. So that would be free with a $50 order. Okay, on page 8, we've got some more paper. Paper is my favorite. So this is the Sunshine and Rainbows Designer Series paper. It is 6x6 versus 12x12, so I just kept it as is. You're going to get 48 different sheets, or you're going to get 48 sheets total, and there's going to be 4 each of 12 different designs. So that's fun. I'm going to turn them over and show you each of the 12 different designs. So again, they're double-sided. They're super bright. This one is going to definitely be a fan favorite. I am not 100% sure yet, but I'm pretty sure the cloud punch that's available in the mini catalog will punch these out. We'll have to see. We'll have to try it out and see. So adorable. I love these colors together. I definitely lean heavily on Stampin' Up! To give me some ideas as to color combinations. Helps me with designing. The other great thing about this paper pack, so you're going to get 48 total. I'm just showing you a little sample here. It's going to coordinate with the Rainbow of Happiness bundle, which is beautiful. And here's a ton of samples combining the paper as well as the bundle. The bundle comes with a stamp set and dies, and I just so happen to have the stamp set sitting here. So that's in the mini catalog. That's the stamp set. And during one of our team meetings, at the end of our team meeting, we always do a mystery stamping challenge. And so this was the card here that I demonstrated. And it's also a fun fold. So you can see how that card would sit up, and we just use the clouds here to pop them up. And I just stamped right on the inside. So this stamp set is so cute, and it works perfectly with this free pack of paper. And I like how this stamp right here is curved, so you can stamp right over that rainbow. If you look closely, I have some Pool Party ink. One of the rainbows is is stamped in Pool Party. I stamped off, and then I stamped the sentiment right over it. Super cute. Again, here are those iridescent rhinestones. Oh my goodness, I love those so much. So super cute card. Just showcasing both the bundle and the paper. So this paper right here is going to be a must for sure. I just think it's so cute. Okay, here's another pack of paper. So this paper I think is going to be one that grows on me a little bit. And it is the Simply Marvelous 6x6 Designer Series paper. And here it is right here. This looks like, these look like silk sheets, or I don't know, I feel like a Werther's original commercial had the mixing the ingredients and it looked like this. Anyways, they're double-sided. So you've got a couple different shades of that blue. That's like a slate, smoky slate color. So you have all these great options. This should look familiar because I used this on the Catching Butterflies little card that I just showed you earlier. And here's another one. So let me see, where did I put that card? Oh, here it is. So I used this side of this paper for this card. So fun. This Designer Series paper is going to make some really great monochromatic cards. And I like how they did a set right here of that paper using some product that's in our current annual catalog. And then this right here with the otters, you'll see the otters on the next page. This is definitely going to be a fan favorite. But that paper looks like water. So that pairs really well together. So the otters here, they're also line art, and they're so cute. A lot of buzz on some of our Facebook groups about otter stamps being available right now. So if you go to the post office, you can get some stamps that have little otter images that would go perfectly with this stamp set. So cute. I love him hugging his little fishy and putting a little birthday head on. That would be so adorable. And the great thing about these line art ones, all of these, I feel like you can interchange the sentiments. You maybe not necessarily that one. You kind of need an otter for that one, but you can interchange some of those sentiments because these are all line art, and they look like they would go well together. Okay, so on this page, now we're getting into that otter and the Marvelous paper. That's all free with a $50 order. Now we're getting into the $100 order level. So if your order that you place, and you choose whatever you like, is $100, then you can choose this right here, which is a bundle. It's the Friendly Hello stamp set and the DSP that coordinates. So this makes me happy. Here's the stamp set. So cute. We had a team meeting recently, and let me think here. It was at the end of December that we had a big team meeting. I collaborate with two of my demonstrator friends, and we do a little training. And this was the stamp set and paper that I got to present on. So I'm going to show you guys those cards tonight too. Well, hi, Susan. So here's the paper. Again, it's 12 by 12, but I've cut it down just so that I can kind of flip through it really easily. Something unique about this paper is that you're able to actually stamp on it with this stamp set. So I demonstrated this, for example. I took this paper and I turned it into this card, and you can see that I've stamped around the flowers here, and so cute. So you could either leave it just like that, which looks great, or you can stamp on it with the stamp. It lines up perfectly, and you can add a little bit of just dimension. So these are really pretty pastel colors. And when I knew I was going to be presenting on this particular product for my team, I said, you know, the pastel colors are so light and pretty. I originally was going to go with watercoloring, and then I thought, you know what, I think I'm going to show off our soft pastels assortment. So this is a coloring medium that we have that we sell in our current annual catalog, and has all these great colors. If you're new to stamping and you don't have a lot of colors and you want to be able to color, especially a lot of that line art that I showed you earlier with the cars and the little girl catching butterflies, this is such a great pastel assortment to have. And so as my class, I did show off a few techniques. So this technique used the pastels here, and I did some painting with it when you add a little bit of water. And then this one is just coloring with our Stampin' Blends, taking some of the color from those pastels to color that in. And then you can see I featured the Designer Series paper here again. This was me coloring directly onto the paper. The great thing about the pastels is they're so richly pigmented that you can actually color right on a dark paper like basic black and have the colors show up. And so it's just like a beautiful way to color that in. And then the last, but probably my favorite, is this popping pastel technique where you use Versamark and you kind of use your sponge dauber to add some of the chalk to it and have that pretty image. So just a few cards that I was able to share with my team. Love the pastels, love this bundle. So this is so worth the $100 purchase, and then you would get this for free. All right, so we've got some more samples here that you can see. And there was another one that let me see here. So you can see that they kind of stamped here, but not necessarily lined it up. And I feel like there was another image that I saw that was kind of stamped. I don't see it now. That's okay. Okay, so on page 14, the Special Moments. This is another stamp set that is free with a $100 level. Stamp set looks like this, and it's all sentiments. And they're great sentiments. So if you're needing to kind of, well, if you're a new stamper, then definitely this is a great tool for you. If you're a stamper that's been around for a while, it's great to kind of switch up your sentiments after a while, right? And get some different fonts, different sayings, and you've got some different sizes here, some little tiny ones as well. And then you'll see on the samples here that they've used different product that's actually in our current, well, this one is part of the new spring catalog. I call it spring catalog, January to June. So is this one, but you see that they've stamped on there. So you can use it with any of our Stampin' Up! Product and have the sentiment that you need. So that's great. Okay, now this page is all about hosting. I don't have this one yet. It's gorgeous and I can't wait to get it. But this is also a distinctive stamp set. This is free if you have a $300 order. So that surprisingly is not hard to do when you love to paper craft, or if you wanted to get some friends together and I can do an online party for you where we would do some projects online and then you can collect orders, and your orders, if they total 300 or more, then you would get that for free. You're going to see lots of great samples on this coming out soon, I'm sure. So this is going to be a great one to get. And I love, this is probably one of my favorite. Well, actually there's several. Look at that sample. So they've actually stamped this flower right on some vellum that we have. The vellum already has some printing on it. I'll show you guys that later in another video. And then look at this. How gorgeous is that? I just think that this stamp set is beautiful. Love all the samples that they have here. Free with a $300 order. Now, for the last two pages, this talks about the Sale-A-Bration Starter Kit Special. So the starter kit is always a great deal. It's always $99. You do have to pay tax, but there's no shipping. And you get to pick out $125 worth of stuff, anything out of any of the current catalogs. Now, what you can do during Sale-A-Bration, which is January and February, is if you get the starter kit, you will actually also get to pick 2 additional free stamp sets. And I always recommend the most expensive stamp sets or whatever's on your wish list that you've been wanting for quite some time. So pick 2 additional stamp sets for free. And then then orders that you place after that, you're going to get a discount of at least 20%. And that discount will last for your first full quarter, and it can actually be extended. So I hope you guys enjoyed that catalog walkthrough. I am going to be sharing a lot more projects in the next couple weeks and the next 2 months. Make sure, let me mention one other little shameless plug here. In the mini catalog, I can actually show you guys inside the catalog now. I am doing one of the only classes that I'm going to do through the mail over the next few months, where I actually cut and prep and send you product, and we actually have an event on Zoom, which is super fun, you guys, is the stamp camp that I'm doing with Brenda Nelson from Canada. And we are featuring the artfully composed suite of products, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I've already opened up registration here, and if you have any questions about it, let me know. I have some items. If you look on the registration form online, you'll see something that's called the experience. And that means you're getting the stamp camp plus both add-on classes that she and I both design. With that, you get to choose one of these $50 items for free. So if that's something that's interesting to you, I'm actually going to pass off that $50 savings to you, because when I add it all up, you know, you would qualify for that. Now, if you want to do something that I call the works, that means you're getting the stamp camp, both add-on classes, and any add-on products. Read the details on my website or on the link. Then you will get to pick either a $100 item out of here or two $50 items. So for those of you who've already signed up, and a lot of you already did the works, which I appreciate, thank you so much. I'll be reaching out to you to make sure that I get your $100 or two $50 items picked out. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I will catch up with you guys all again soon so we can walk through this catalog together. Have a great night. Bye-bye.